Greetings and welcome to JT's Obscurities. Now, I go to thrift stores and garage sales every once in a while just to see if I can find something I can't live without that's cheap. And I managed to find the R-Zone Xtreme pocket game for $4 at a thrift store, and I thought, I can't pass that up. And I couldn't test it on the spot, so I didn't know if it would work or not. I brought it home and I put some new batteries in it, and sure enough, it worked. I was rather surprised, and it's a very primitive concept. It's definitely not the same as, say, the original Game Boy, or the Game Gear, or even Virtual Boy, even though many would compare it to Virtual Boy. It's not necessarily the same thing. It does have the red theme, but it's not like virtual reality, even though Virtual Boy wasn't either. But I managed to get my hands on one of these, and I'm going to take it apart and kind of see how it works, and I'm going to play the Primal Rage cartridge that I got with it, and we'll see what happens. So this is the R-Zone taken apart. I didn't do the PCBs because I didn't want to break it, and I considered it unnecessary. I just wanted to get a good look inside. The way this works is these 4 LEDs here are going to shine light onto this mirror in here, and go through this filter, hit the cartridge here, and then display on this mirror. Now the mirror is essentially magnifying the cartridge's LCD display, and this is like one of your cosmetic makeup mirrors. Like, you could literally put makeup on with this thing. It really does magnify things, and it's a necessity for this system. Now, this was very easy to take apart. It only has 10 screws. These 2 are for the back holding the batteries in place, and then these 8 are putting the clamshell together. It only has the 1 speaker, which is really interesting because, as you can see here, it has holes for 2 speakers, but it only really uses 1 side. And another interesting thing about this is you're supposed to have 4 AAAs outputting 1.5 volts each. In series, that's 6 volts. And if you don't have at least 3.6 volts being output, I'm assuming, these LEDs won't actually light. So your system can work and it'll make noises and the cartridge will actually display, but you can't see it because the lights aren't doing anything. So be sure and check your batteries before you actually consider this a bad unit, because that issue happened to me, and after I tested the voltage of my batteries, I realized that that was probably the issue. Now let's put this back together and see what it looks like after. Here it is fully assembled. Looks pretty good. I would definitely call this a decent product. This is where the mirror clips into. These are the 2 screws for your battery. The specs on this, it's right here. I don't know how important it is if you want to actually read that or not, but so this is essentially what you get. And what we got going on here, several different buttons on the bottom. You got your D-pad, your 4 buttons over here. Now, from left to right, we got on, start, select, sound, pause, and off. Now, I find myself using pretty much all of these buttons whenever I operate this. The sound is, if you don't like the sound, you can just turn it off, so that's debatable, but if you don't like the sound, you could definitely turn it off. And then you got A, B, D, and C, and you got down, right, up, and left. So, pretty basic for any kind of video game console or system. This is pretty generic. Besides these, this is not that odd, or this isn't that common. I don't see that kind of layout on very many things. But pop your game into here, then it's already starting. Don't know why it does that, but you play it like this. I can see it perfectly at this angle. Get the camera in though. See that? That's what it looks like. So I will have to cut and get up and start playing, but that's essentially how it works. So yeah. Alright, so this is the actual gameplay. As you can see, the music is rather annoying. You do have the option to mute that, like that, so that's pretty nice, but I'm going to leave it on for anybody who's viewing this. So pushing the select button lets me pick my dinosaur. We got Diablo, I believe that's Vertigo, Sauron, Chaos, Talon, and Blizzard. I might be wrong, but I believe that's my selection. I'm going to go with Diablo. So after pushing the select button, I'd hit start. Alright, so now we're going to kick some ass and take some names. So the D button does that. Does like this tail kick thing. The C button also does that. The up button jumps, and then if I do like a diagonal, hold on, yeah, so a diagonal B kind of does this fire breath, which I can't get off because he keeps doing his thing, but it's a pretty basic game. I mean, jump over his breath and basically just tail whip him to death is what I'm gonna do, because I can never hit him with my fire breath, because he always cancels it out with his, and it seems like he could use his quicker than I could use mine. And then at the top, we got a timer. I'm at 40 seconds right now. And we also have health. I think the health is the spinal cord? Yeah, I believe that is correct. And I'm not entirely sure what the rest of this stuff is, but this is essentially the game. It's not the most exciting thing I've ever played, but I could see how it could be fun. I mean, it's just like any other kind of Tiger handheld game or like a Game & Watch game. I think they all use kind of the same technology. It's just this one has interchangeable cartridges, which is pretty nice. But okay, so I just ran out of time. Anyways, that's one of the games. So yeah. So there you have it, the R-Zone Xtreme Pocket game by Tiger Electronics. Originally made in 1995. I believe mine was a different revision. It's got the date of 1997 on it, and it also takes 4 AAAs. I believe the originals took 4 AAAs. So this one is a later model, but I believe it's similar in every other way. I think they all play the same games and whatnot, but if I'm incorrect, please let me know. This is my first video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope somebody learned something from it, and I hope everybody has a great night.